The Middle East is witnessing a resurgence of Turkish influence, driven by the ambitious agenda of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Erdogan envisions Turkey as a dominant force in the region, echoing the grandeur of the Ottoman Empire. This vision is not merely a nostalgic yearning for a bygone era, but a calculated strategy to secure Turkey's interests and reshape the regional order. Erdogan's Turkey seeks to be a leading power, wielding influence in political, economic, and military spheres. Erdogan's ambition is fueled by a potent mix of factors. Turkey's strategic location at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East provides a unique geopolitical advantage. Its growing economy, bolstered by a burgeoning industrial base and a young, dynamic population, provides the necessary resources to project power beyond its borders. Moreover, the perceived decline of American influence in the region has created a vacuum that Turkey, under Erdogan's leadership, is eager to fill. This assertive foreign policy has not been without its critics. Western powers, wary of Erdogan's authoritarian tendencies and his close ties with Russia, view Turkey's growing influence with a mix of apprehension and suspicion. Regional rivals, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, see Turkey's ambitions as a direct challenge to their own regional aspirations. Nevertheless, Erdogan remains undeterred, confident in his vision for a Turkey that commands respect and exerts influence on the global stage. The pursuit of this neo-Ottoman dream has led to a more assertive and, at times, confrontational Turkish foreign policy. From military interventions in Syria and Libya to challenging Greek and Cypriot claims in the Eastern Mediterranean, Turkey under Erdogan has shown a willingness to flex its muscles and pursue its interests with vigor. This assertive posture has brought both successes and setbacks, but one thing is clear: Turkey is a force to be reckoned with in the evolving geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. Erdogan's foreign policy is often characterized as a blend of neo-Ottomanism and political Islam. This unique ideological cocktail combines a romanticized view of Turkey's Ottoman past with a desire to promote Islamic values and solidarity. This approach is particularly evident in Turkey's outreach to Muslim-majority countries in the Middle East and North Africa, where Erdogan seeks to position Turkey as a model of Islamic democracy and a champion of Muslim causes. However, Erdogan's embrace of political Islam is tempered by a healthy dose of pragmatism. While he may share ideological affinities with certain Islamist groups, Erdogan has shown a willingness to prioritize Turkey's national interests over ideological purity. This pragmatism is evident in Turkey's complex relationship with groups like Hamas in Palestine. While Turkey provides support for Hamas, it has also maintained communication channels with Israel, recognizing the importance of balancing its relationships in a volatile region. This pragmatic approach is also reflected in Turkey's evolving relationship with Russia. Despite being on opposing sides of conflicts in Syria and Libya, Turkey and Russia have found common ground on issues such as energy cooperation and arms sales. This seemingly contradictory relationship underscores Erdogan's willingness to engage with rivals when it serves Turkey's interests, even if it means setting aside ideological differences. The combination of political Islam and pragmatism has allowed Erdogan to forge alliances, build influence, and advance Turkey's interests in a rapidly changing Middle East. While this approach has drawn criticism from some quarters, it has undoubtedly made Turkey a more assertive and influential actor on the regional stage. Recognizing the limitations of confrontation, Erdogan has embarked on a series of reconciliation efforts with regional powers. This diplomatic offensive is driven by a combination of factors, including the need to secure Turkey's economic interests, counterbalance regional rivals, and break out of its diplomatic isolation. However, these reconciliation efforts are often characterized by a transactional approach, with an emphasis on short-term gains rather than long-term strategic alignment. One of the most notable examples of this approach is Turkey's rapprochement with the United Arab Emirates. After years of rivalry and proxy conflicts, the two countries have moved towards a normalization of relations, driven by a shared desire to boost trade and investment. Similarly, Turkey has mended fences with Egypt, another regional heavyweight, after years of strained relations following the 2013 Egyptian coup. This reconciliation, while still fragile, reflects a pragmatic recognition of the need to cooperate on issues of mutual interest, such as maritime boundaries and regional security. Relations with Saudi Arabia, however, remain strained. hampered by lingering tensions over the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi and differing stances on the role of political Islam. While there have been some tentative steps towards reconciliation, deep-seated mistrust and competing regional ambitions continue to hinder closer ties. The relationship with Israel, once a cornerstone of Turkey's regional policy, has also deteriorated significantly, particularly following the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. These reconciliation efforts, while promising, remain fragile and vulnerable to shifts in regional dynamics. The lack of a clear strategic vision and the transactional nature of these relationships raise questions about their long-term sustainability. The Syrian conflict has emerged as a critical test of Erdogan's Middle East strategy, presenting both opportunities and risks for Turkey's regional ambitions. The chaos and instability in Syria have allowed Turkey to intervene militarily, establish a foothold in the country's north, and project power beyond its borders. Turkey has used its military presence to target Kurdish groups it considers a threat to its national security, and to create a buffer zone to stem the flow of refugees. However, Turkey's involvement in Syria has also come at a cost. The conflict has exacerbated domestic tensions within Turkey, strained relations with Western allies, and exposed the Turkish military to risks. Moreover, the presence of millions of Syrian refugees in Turkey has become a significant economic and social burden. With the Assad regime regaining control over much of Syria, Erdogan faces a dilemma. While he has achieved some of his objectives, such as weakening Kurdish forces, the prospect of a long-term Turkish military presence in Syria is becoming increasingly untenable. Moreover, the rise of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a jihadist group with links to al-Qaeda in parts of northwestern Syria, poses a direct challenge to Turkey's goal of establishing a stable and secure buffer zone. Erdogan's next steps in Syria will have far-reaching implications for Turkey's regional ambitions. A negotiated settlement that addresses Turkey's security concerns and facilitates the safe and voluntary return of Syrian refugees would be a significant victory for Erdogan, solidifying Turkey's role as a regional power broker. However, a failure to achieve a favorable outcome in Syria risks undermining Turkey's credibility, exacerbating domestic tensions, and further entangling Turkey in a protracted and costly conflict.